are you? Where do you belong? Me? I'm a mix of a variety of cultures, races, and nationalities. But am I meant to identify most with just one? Because the world seems to pressure me into labeling myself so that I'm easier for other people to understand and wrap their head around, even though their idea of me ends up being completely unauthentic to who I really am. Belonging to a we and us, it's important for us as people to feel like we fit into this world of social constructs. But the pressure that creates when your identity spans further than a single we or us can sometimes get overwhelming, and then you start exaggerating certain parts of yourself in an effort to feel more accepted and neglected. And then you start wondering, well, who am I really? If I'm so quick to recognize people's perceptions of me and then just act accordingly, I'm partly how other people see me, so does that mean part of my identity isn't up to me, that is just left in the hands of society? An infinite number of things make up my identity, everyone's identity, and they aren't necessarily connected to each other by any one quality, besides the fact that they make up me. They can't be wrapped neatly into a bow in an effort to simplify the definition of who I am or pinpoint exactly where I belong. I belong everywhere and nowhere.
I naturally grew up knowing I was half German. Okay, that was a natural part of my life. I didn't have to do anything to make me become aware of that. That was just done for me. Okay, so I went to Germany every year. I knew all my German relatives really well. I spoke fluent German. You know, I knew the whole German culture, etc., etc. So this most significant part for me in my whole identity was the decision I made when I went to visit Jamaica. My father really didn't talk much about his childhood, and I think it's important that parents do to their children, because I think children do need to know where they're from, where their parents are from, who they are. Need to know who they are.
Her experience of going to Jamaica was a real cultural event for her, because her dad never exposed her to Jamaican culture. My first experience going to Germany had no impact whatsoever really on me. My mom and Heidi, who were really adamant or ardent German women who ensured that our experience of Germany was as live and as real as Parang and Carnival and you know. But I think we felt more, funny enough, on the German side than on the Trinidadian side. Even though I was really comfortable in Trinidad culture, I always felt as though we were kind of like, our mom had us kind of more. And I was Trinidadian, and everybody, you know, Chris, but there was always Chris with the German mother.
So, how do I feel about my identity? Now, fine. Completely, absolutely and totally happy about my differences. Wherever I go in the world, I'm different. And that's cool. I don't mind, that's all right. At the time, you just want to fit in as a young person. You just want to identify with everyone else around you. And that was really hard.
Identity of a person. Identity signifies complexity. Identity identifies with reality. Identity is the bearer of all vanity. How does a person identify with identity? You define yourself based on what? They say, you're kind of moral, based on what? Or you're a genius and shrewd, based on what? They say, you are generous or gregarious when all you are is conscious, or you're innovative, yet not the originator of the idea conceived. What are the facts that makes your identity intact when change on identity has the last impact?